Every month in America, a police officer takes his or her own life, leaving behind a family, friends, and fellow officers. This is our message to you.
Each year, we lose more officers to suicide than by any other means. This is a preventable national tragedy. Officers are not alone. I will listen.
My brothers and sisters struggle in silence. I will listen.
The loss of an officer tears us all apart. I will listen.
These officers have been lost, but not forgotten. End the stigma from seeking help today.
We will listen.
Last year, there were 228 known suicides of police officers. Now, I've been speaking with Officer Tommy Shevlin, who thankfully survived his attempt to take his own life. I'm also proud to introduce Karen Solomon, who is the co-founder and president of Blue H.E.L.P, which stands for Honor, Educate, Lead, and Prevent. Now, Karen has made it her mission to bring awareness to this important issue, including starting a social media campaign with police departments like the video you just watched. So, Karen, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
One of the things that I've really been interested in looking at the statistics that you talk about, it's a lot of the smaller departments where this is happening, correct?
That's correct. In reality, when you have a department where there's 100 officers and 2 officers take their lives in 1 year, that's exponentially greater. So what's going on in these rural departments? So we really need to put our focus not just on the NYPD, but on the entire law enforcement profession.
And you find that many families are denied support because of the stigma attached, right?
That's correct. There was an officer who took his life last month. He was 30 days from retirement. His widow is getting 25% of his pension. We have an officer who took his life, and his son's Boy Scout troop provided the honor guard for his funeral because the department wouldn't. Now, what does that say? Like, we are perpetuating the stigma. We are re-traumatizing the families by the way they treat them, and it's really awful. These families, they don't get anything. They don't get their name on a wall. They don't get to go to police week. They don't get grief camps. So that's kind of where we've tried to step in, because if they call for support, they say, "Oh, suicide. Sorry, we can't help you."
And Tommy, this is part of the stigma that you have to deal with, right? This is why you don't go in and say, "Hey, I need a social worker, I need a mental health worker, I need somebody to help me here," because you realize it's looked at in a judgmental way. It's looked at as weakness.
Yes, and you feel like you're broken and you're useless and you're not going to be able to perform your job anymore.
And that's not just paranoia here. There is a legitimate fear of repercussions if an officer appears unfit to wear the badge. The stigma is so real that even spouses are aware of it. Listen to this 911 call from a wife whose husband was threatening to kill himself. Take a listen.
How does the show his face at work?
Don't worry about that, okay? Don't worry about that.
Oh, we're cops. We have to worry about that. Cops don't get to make mistakes. My husband's to be losing his job.
You don't have anything to apologize for, okay?
Oh, no. Oh, no. I know how this goes. Well, what do we do now?
No, you did the right thing by calling.
He was a freaking shoo-in for corporal, and that is now gone. Freaking called. This is like a freaking death sentence to his career.
So that actual 911 call is over an hour long, and at no point in that 911 call, because I've listened to it multiple times, did the wife say how happy she was that her husband had survived, that he didn't actually shoot himself. He just fired off his gun. So that's how strong the stigma is. She was so concerned next about what's going to happen to her and her husband. And in that officer's case, he had no issues at all. He was put on probation for 3 years for one small incident of being just upset and destitute over a number of things in his personal life and on the job. And that was his punishment, 3 years.